and welcome, Grand Rapids. Thank you for joining us again virtually tonight. I am your anchor, Haley Dallian.
And I'm your other anchor, Sean Francis.
And because April flurries replaced April showers last week, we're bringing a snow shovel to dig up the local, national, and world news you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash.
Ding. Our top story tonight. The Oscars were last night, and big news there is that the ceremony ended a little awkwardly, a bit of an anticlimax. The final award of the night was Best Actor, which many believe to be a sure bet win for the late Chadwick Boseman. Instead, however, it went to Anthony Hopkins, who wasn't even present at the ceremony or able to accept the award virtually. Clearly a misfire. Best Picture is usually the last award given out, so that means that the producers rearranged the order specifically expecting Boseman to be the winner. So it just kind of ended the whole thing on an awkward note. So they had to just cut to a picture of Anthony Hopkins. But not just because of that. It's the picture that they chose. A little wrong choice there.
Yeah, not his best look by any mark.
No.
But in other Oscar news, the film Nomadland took home the most wins, with 3 awards for Best Picture, Best Actress for Frances McDormand, and historically, Best Director for the first female of color, Chloe Zhao, as well as the second woman to ever win in the directing category. Interestingly, Zhao's birth country of China is censoring any news coverage of her win, which seems like they might just be disappointed that Trial of the Chicago 7 got shut down. They're big Sorkin fans. What can we say?
Yeah. Yep. And in other entertainment news, the social media is buzzing today with the announcement that the next upcoming episode of Saturday Night Live on May 8th will be hosted by no other than billionaire, Tesla CEO, and living mummy, Elon Musk. Reactions, frankly, have been mostly negative. Many are, criticizing Elon Musk's response to the pandemic and his social media presence, and saying it's unworthy of such a high-profile platform. Even some of the cast members are taken off guard, and some of them not so subtly sharing their displeasure or discomfort with the announcement on their personal social media. However, maybe this is a good way to trick Elon Musk into an intervention situation, keep him busy long enough so that someone could actually sit Grimes down alone and make sure that she's actually okay. Or maybe we might expect a special appearance by fan favorite Kristen Wiig character Judy Grimes. Or maybe the whole thing is a secret to lure him into a false sense of security, and then just have Miley Cyrus host instead. She was already the musical guest. She can just pull double duty, step in at the last minute. I'd watch that, especially if they don't rewrite any of the sketches and she does the whole show as Elon Musk. That'd be pretty impressive.
What a time to be alive. And an investigation by the FDA at Johnson & Johnson's Baltimore factory revealed that the facility did not follow proper manufacturing procedures and training, resulting in a batch of 15 million J&J COVID-19 vaccines having to be discarded. But on the bright side, that's like another dozen blood clots they potentially prevented, so trade-off.
Yeah. The factory was reported as being dirty, having peeling paint on the walls, and the floors being coated in, quote, a brown residue, which is especially concerning. It's just residue. If it was feces, they'd say so. It's so bad, they're not going to even tell you what it is. Ugh.
Yeah, brown residue never goes with the word good in any sentence.
No. No.
Johnson & Johnson did state that they are working to resolve these issues as quickly as possible with the help of HGTV's hit show, 5-Day Flip, to turn the plant from bleak to chic. The renovation team plans to cover the peeling paint with a striking tiled backsplash, replace the worker safety mats with new boho rugs, and even upcycle the discarded vaccines for future Halloween decorations.
I hear that's going to be a good episode. Johnson wants a walk-in closet, but the other Johnson doesn't want to sacrifice floor space in the main office, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, there we go. Amazon is opening a hair salon in London, and experts are predicting that the store is probably going to fail as they're only going to offer one hairstyle. Give me the Howie Mandel. Oh, you're out of that? No. Okay, I'll do the Vin Diesel instead. Oh, no, you don't have that one either? Okay, I guess I'll take the Paul Schaefer.
Yes. Prime members will be eligible to get free buzz cuts by drones, as well as 2-day hair dyes. Returns are free. Just go to Kohl's. Unfortunately, the working conditions are so poor, stylists don't get breaks and have to pee in the blue barbicide.
Ooh. Yep. The city of Grand Rapids is still not sure if there will be any fireworks displays on this coming 4th of July. Conflicting reports were sent out to various local news outlets, and when asked why the cause for confusion, certain city officials said, well, I mean, just look who's on the deciding committee. Regardless of what those pups decide, we're anticipating a lot of people probably just going back to the age-old technique of just driving to Indiana where everything's legal anyway, apparently.
Hey, that's a good choice when you're in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
A Grand Rapids couple delivered their baby on the side of I-96. Unfortunately, the delivery took longer than 30 minutes, so they had to pay full price.
Yep. Ingenuity. We broke the story last week that NASA's Mars helicopter Ingenuity made history when it performed the first powered controlled flight on another planet. But we are now receiving word that Ingenuity will fulfill its intended purpose after attempting up to 5 test flights within a 30-day demonstration window. Wow, only 5 flights and they're done with it. It's like that drone you got your nephew a few years ago. Actually, I think we at NewsFlash have a special exclusive clip of that first flight that the Ingenuity took. Let's take a look here. Yeah, no, sorry, that's wrong. That's the wrong clip. Let's play the real one. Wow, how far humanity's come.
Yeah, and in other spacecraft news, the aircraft spotted by naval vessels in 2019 has been confirmed by the FBI to be an unidentified flying object. The footage released shows a pyramid-shaped vehicle in the sky, which just seems like a psych-out technique by the aliens, taunting us for not believing aliens built them. Eyewitnesses also reported that they thought they saw vials labeled CV-19 being tossed over the side, but it's probably nothing. We'll take a look at that footage anyways. No, that's not quite it. Don't we have another clip on hand? Yep, that was definitely the right one. Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome. Yep. Glad we got that sorted out. Gun Lake Casino recently announced plans for a $300 million expansion, which is going to include additions of a resort, pool area, and a larger performance venue. Other plans include a 2-scale replica of Showbiz Pizza for adults, complete with vintage arcade games, as well as better hot plates so that the buffet can stay out even longer.
They'll also be adding CPAP machines attached to every slot machine and rotate the building 90 degrees to get a better view of the sunset.
They're gold plating everything, and it's just plating, gold, they only have 300 million, so they can't just replace everything with solid gold. And finally, the biggest change is that it is going to be upgraded and called Two Guns Casino.
Two better than one, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
A Big Bird costume was stolen from a Sesame Street themed circus in Australia. It was later returned by the most polite thieves ever, though, and this was their actual apology note.
We're so sorry. We had no idea what we were doing or what our actions would cause. We were just having a rough time, and we were trying to cheer ourselves up. We had a great time with Mr. Bird. He's a great guy, and no harm ever came to my friend. Sorry to be such a big bird, and sincerely, the Big Bird Bandits.
Now, this whole debacle raises a lot of questions. The estimated worth of the authentic costume from the Henson Company was $160,000, partially because it's made with actual ostrich feathers. Whose fault was it to make it that expensive, though? I mean, it was going to the circus, not the Smithsonian. Best case scenario at a circus is making it out with only a day's worth of elephant dung on your clothes. I mean, there are literally tons of big birds. They could have just gotten to stand in, and truthfully, folks, I doubt anyone would have noticed.
That's a good point, and also, why is such a high-profile property like Sesame Street collaborating with some random Australian circus? Is this like when celebs used to do ads in Japan, expecting that nobody would ever notice or see them in America? By the way, a Sesame Street themed Australian circus sounds exactly like a premise for a Black Mirror episode.
Indeed it does. And what sort of rough time were these two individuals going through where stealing a giant Muppet bird costume is the first thought to raise your spirits? You know what else is at the circus that could arguably work better than risking being arrested for theft and trespassing? Funnel cake.
Yeah, way more delicious too.
Funnel cake.
And according to representatives at the Children's Television Workshop, even though the costume was returned with seemingly minimal damage, witnesses reported that the light has left its eyes and it is now considered unclean. So they're reportedly preparing for a reappraisal by the count there. 1 yellow painted ostrich feather. 2 yellow painted ostrich feathers.
The two men were thankfully arrested and charged with trespassing, but they seem unlikely to have acted without any direction. So police are asking for any information that the folks at home may have on this man. Keep your eyes peeled. Fugitive on the loose.
Yep. This past week, a man who was magnet fishing in the Grand River found a World War II era artillery shell, requiring the GRPD to send a bomb squad to verify and confirm that the shell was safe. They even used a dogfish to smell it out. Another significant items that the man found in the river while he was, searching for treasure, he found the very first vintage craft beer bottle. He found an actual fish ladder. Gerald Ford, that big chair and tables from Art Prize, and about 170 of the ride scooters from downtown. So The shell is currently in possession by the GRPD, who plan to use it to threaten protesters later this year.
Yeah. Docha, a beloved 16-year-old lion at the John Ball Zoo, was humanely euthanized this past week due to ongoing neurological issues and decline of quality of life in recent years. However, we'll see in 3 days' time if this was a real event or if it's a tribute to Aslan from the Chronicles of Narnia. But one thing is for sure, the only person truly excited by this development is the White Witch herself.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be it for us tonight at NewsFlash. So thanks to our writers who apparently the slide's not working out, but we got Simon Carlson, Brian Copeland, Josie Sabo, Carl Sowell, Haley and myself, and a bunch of other talented folks who pepper in jokes week after week, and we thank them all. So thanks. If you would like to be one of those names that I just listed, you can send us an email at our comedy outlet Mondays at gmail.com with your NewsFlash tips.
You should also definitely follow Comedy Outlet Mondays on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter to rewatch videos from past shows, get notified of lineups for our future shows, find our submission form to get your own act on stage when we're back in the theater, and learn about other ways you can get involved. And now, Grand Rapids, you're welcome.
NewsFlash. We'll see you next week.
week.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.